shortcuts in my book require can opening. But what if the can opener worked by itself?
Well, you know what, David? I have to tell you, I use this can opener all the time. I love it because whenever I need to open a can, I'm usually doing something else.
Right.
So I'm over at the stovetop and I'm sauteing my onions and celery and carrots, and then I have to add, a can of tomatoes.
Right.
So now I can just reach into my drawer, pull out the can opener, press the button, let it do its thing. When it has finished opening, it actually will reverse and stop. Look at this guy over here. He is just saying, I'm done now. Please feel free to pick me up. So when I go to pick it up, look at this. I actually get to pull it up.
And there's a magnet.
And the magnet there grabs the can. Now, it won't do this every single time, I want to tell you, because what it's doing now is uncrimping the lid. But if the lid is falling off, then it catches it, which is great because now it doesn't fall on your counter. And take a look at this lid because there's something really special about it in that I would never do this with a regular lid that I've opened up. It is not sharp at all. This is called a safety lid opener, and it opens this up in a very safe manner so you don't have any sharp edges, unlike what you're used to when you use one of these can openers, right?
Scaring me now.
When you use these, you get this little weapon that could do terrible things to not only your finger, but I mean, look what it does to a lemon there like that. Or it's, this guy's trying to get away because it doesn't like the can opener either. Look at that. That is what it can do to your finger if you're reaching in the garbage. That's what it can do to your garbage bag, which of course then leaks and falls all over the countertop.
No. You know what that means? You're all dressed. You're walking out the door and you're taking the garbage with you, and the bag rips open and dumps all over your shoe.
All over your shoe.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good time when you're rushing out the door. Trust me, that will make you say a wordy dirty.
Now here's a wordy dirty.
A wordy dirty.
Here's the other thing I love about this type of lid and uncrimping it is that if you're opening up a can of, say, tomato paste, which rarely do you use the whole can at one time, so you can save it for just a couple days in the fridge, you can put that lid back on like that and then store that in the refrigerator until you're ready to use it.
Because you know what's frustrating about recipes where tomato paste is called for? They never call for a whole can.
No.
It's always a tablespoon.
Exactly.
Or it's a teaspoon, or it's a little scoop.
And you would know because you write those recipes.
Right, exactly. You know what else? I have a recipe in my new book for the roasted beet salad.
Look.
But it's right there.
down
I know
here.
It's so pretty with the toasted pistachio nuts.
So pretty.
What's so frustrating though about beets is that when you buy them fresh, you stain your hands, your cutting board, your countertop, your clothes. It's a mess.
Exactly.
When you buy them roasted, it's a lot easier to work with, and this is easier to open them.
Exactly, David. Now here, take a look at our beautiful can of tomatoes. So now what you've seen me do is open up a whole bunch of sizes, different sizes of cans. No problem here. It can do all of that. So there's our can, opened no problem with the lid. I can put it back on if I want to, just to store for a couple days. You don't really want to store things for long in cans. But here's how you do it. So you actually put this on top of the can and you pull it back towards you like this. So you see I'm pulling it this way until it hugs the can, and then you press that button. It grabs a hold, and you can feel it grab a hold, and usually its little rear end will rise up. You can take a look right over here, and I will grab that, and then it grabs a hold of that can, and it rises up. Let's grab another one. How about this size of a can?
Looks like a computer mouse, doesn't it?
It does look like a computer mouse completely. But you see, it's nice that this does the work for you. You don't have to sit there and crank and grind like this with an old can opener. And then the other thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your old can openers and look how dirty they are.
You know what that is?
Disgusting.
Bacteria.
Yes, it is
Disgusting bacteria.
But you see, that's because this can opener goes into the can and makes contact with the food in there, which is why you don't want to use this, because now that dirty part is going to make contact with the can. Here, take a look at this one. So clean on the bottom. There's nothing here to be dirty at all. So that, to me, makes a huge difference.
Now, here are the color choices we have for you. Remember, batteries do come with. So you're not going to be buying batteries. You're not going to worry about batteries until it's time to replace them. So here is the black. Here's the green. Here is your red. Red popular, always popular. And finally the blue. $2,200. That's an expensive can opener.
Wow.
That would be $1,200 gone and $22.98 for the can opener. Batteries are included. When you do need batteries, you will need 4 AA's, but you're not going to need them right away because they're included.
Exactly. Now, that one's grabbing a hold. Now, here's the thing. If you misfire and you don't get it on the lid the right time, you can just press that button again and it will stop.
Okay.
So that's nice.
Can I put this on a larger can?
like this size.
Is that about as big as you go?
Yeah, this is as big as I would go. There are some larger stock cans sometimes that you see. Those aren't always successful, and you don't want to use cans that have dented lids, obviously. It needs to be round. But here is one that we opened, or did I not open this one? Which one did I open? None of them? Was I just getting ready? And you can see how the rear end of this little guy has risen itself off the can. That's a sign that it's grabbing a hold. It's uncrimping that lid perfectly. So when you can uncrimp that lid, you're not cutting into it. You're not putting part of that can opener into your food again. So you're not going to have the problem of this really, really gross, dirty can opener. Then when it's finished, it stops. I pull it back a little bit when I'm lifting it up, and it grabs the lid for me. You can see it uncrimping, and there it is.
Big old can of tomato sauce.
And in the meantime, I'm still sauteing. I haven't burnt anything because I've been ignoring my onions on the stovetop while I'm opening a can of tomatoes. So it's really handy that way. You don't have to have any problem with dexterity, and you can save time.
I love it.
And soon the cats will know what this sound is, and they come running.
I would imagine the puppy dogs would too.
Well, yes, but if the puppy dogs got canned food, which mine don't. But
Well, you know what? A lot of pet food now has pop-top lids too, so I think it'd be kind of a 50-50 mix.
maybe. But it is kind of fun to
Torture them.
have them come running.
And they'll be like, it's time to eat.
Exactly.
It's time to eat. All right, so we're going to remind you, blue, red, green, and black. Red is the most popular. Are we tasting the recipe? Yes. I think we are.
Time to
Meredith,
eat.
Would you like some Swiss steak?
Oh, I thought you never asked.
Come this way, darling.
Thank you.
All right. So this is my slow cooker Swiss steak.
Ah, very nice.
And one of the ways that I
That was
season
invented in 1936, by the way.
I heard that. And one of the ways that